Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review, and today's review is going to be on Generation Select's War for Cybertron Trilogy Combat Megatron. Now, this guy is a recolor of Siege Megatron in the colors of an unused recolor of Hero Megatron from Generation 2. I am not joking. I mean, that's such an obscure homage. And this, this is not the first time that this color scheme's been used on a figure before that's been released as well. Because the Timelines toy line, I'm pretty sure it was Timelines, also recolored the Legends, the Megatron from Combiner Wars in these colors as well a few years prior. So yeah, this color scheme has been used a little bit. I mean, to me, this sort of looks like a bit of a camouflage deco, and this is going to be controversial, but this sort of looks like a better camouflage deco than the original G2 Megatron, which did eventually get a select release, which I currently don't have, but I might get soon. I don't know. So this isn't the only G2 Megatron in the Selects toy line. But well, before we carry on, of course, we have the box to look at, and unlike the majority of the War for Cybertron Trilogy boxes, the Selects boxes are pretty, well, not boring, but different. As you can see, it's pretty much just a standard cardboard box. Right here, we've got the name of the figure, Combat Megatron. It says Generation Selects right here. Got the name in other languages. The top, we have an Autobot symbol that looks like it's been spray painted on. We got some Cybertronian lettering, which I don't know what that says. Got the Hasbro logo here. The side, got a warning here. The back says War for Cybertron Trilogy. The other side, we got the Autobot insignia. Underneath, we just have a bit more of this. And I don't know if this was intentional, but the Selects boxes actually remind me of some of the boxes that the Transformers Collectors Club used to ship their figures in. Because if you remember, some of the Collector Club figures were shipped in standard cardboard boxes that had the figure's name on like the stickers on the sides, and they opened in a sort of cool way. And I feel like this box sort of homages the Collector Club boxes, especially with the way it opens, because as you can see, it looks like it opens in the exact same way. The only difference is there's no foam in here. Instead, we've got a plastic tray that holds the figure, and we got all this cool detailing in here. So yeah, despite the fact that there's no artwork on the box, I'm still gonna keep this because it's still really cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. Now back to the figure. Well, as I said, this is a recolor of Siege Megatron. I'm pretty sure the head's been retooled. But well, this guy is an H-Tank. So this could also be Armada Megatron. Now that would be a pretty cool retool. Well, yeah, that would be a really good retool. And we got the feet on the back. And we got the actual cannon reminds me of the Megatron from Armada. the only thing it needs is the huge, like, pincer weapon. And we do actually have a sword here that could fulfill that. So, maybe? I don't know. So, an Armada Megatron retool of this guy could be possible, maybe, I don't know. But, looking at the detailing, we can see all the camouflage deco here. We can see some combat ports, so if you have the weaponizers, I can't speak, you can put some on here. I'm not going to do that on this video. There we go, the waist wasn't straightened out. Now this side we got the turret, which has a G2 Decepticon insignia, and it says MGTN 95. Pretty good reference to I'm pretty sure the original version of this figure would have came out. The colors that you know what I mean. The original Hero Megatron mold in these colors would have came out. Now that would have been really cool. Now, of course, I'm getting the blast effects out because, like any good Siege figure, he's blast effect compatible. Now, unfortunately, the only ones I have are from Aimless, so we can't get any good like blasting from the turret. So maybe I don't know. It's just the best I can do is this. Maybe it's malfunctioning. Maybe he's been shot in the turret itself. I don't know. I do really need to get some better blast effects. But there's one right here. And there's even one right here. Or if you want to, the actual combat ports can also double as blast effect ports. So you can do that if you want. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the tank mode. But before we get onto the robot mode, a couple comparisons. Here he is with the original Hero Megatron, or in this case, a retool or recolor RD Bludgeon, or well, 2001 RD Bludgeon. So you can see that even though the tank modes are different, you can sort of imagine what the Hero Megatron mod would have looked like with these colors. And there are some pictures on TF Wiki of what the figure would have looked like had it come out. Only difference is this guy doesn't have air-fired missiles. And here he is with another H tank I own, Armada Galvatron. So you can sort of see how the retool of this guy as Armada Megatron / Galvatron could have worked. For example, the cannons could possibly work. Maybe retool this so it could probably just become a shield that looks more like this. Sort of retool this to look more like the actual side panels. You can see how the backs are similar because they show the feet and they show the leg joints. And especially the underneath, which both show the robot's torso and head. So yeah, as I said, an Armada Megatron retool of this guy could possibly work. So maybe in the upcoming the Legacy toy line, maybe, I don't know. I'm just brainstorming. I mean, there is an upcoming third-party Armada Megatron, so yeah, let's just go that one, because I'm pretty sure we're never gonna get an official Armada Megatron retool of this guy. That's probably not gonna age well, but oh well. Well, let's just get onto the transformation. So let's just stand my phone up. Or, well, straight to that, but you know what I mean. And that starts it off. Let's do a bit of parts forming. Or, well, in this case, weapon parts forming. Pull the entire turret off. Because this actually forms a sword. I mean, if you want it to still be a gun, then go ahead. But it'll have all this on the back. So, I just have it become a sword. So, just rotate all this around. Close this up. And now you have this huge blade. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is actually meant to homage the G1 Megatron toy sword, so that's pretty cool. Now I'll give that to the robot when it's fully transformed. Now let's start by doing the legs. And tap them here. Open up this panel. Rotate all this around. Like so. Fold the get the heel out. Do the same with this leg. So open this. There we go. Get the heel out. Then turn it at the waist. Once again, similar to Armada Megatron. Here, untap the front treads. Pull this out. Try and push these into here. Like so. Come in here. Unplug the arms. Spin them around. And one thing I forgot to show is you can actually rotate the turret. I did forget to show that, but come on. There's already plenty of Siege Megatron reviews showing that, so yeah. But rotate the arms around like so. Get the treads around to the back. Like so. Get the head up. Get the fists out. I'm having trouble pronouncing that. We'll get the hands out. There we go. There we go. Lisp apparently. Get the fusion cannon down. Just rotate that around. And finally, rotate these things around at the shoulders. Just rotate them down. And here we have Combat Megatron in his robot modes. And boy, this is definitely a, well, yeah. I mean, just look at this. I mean, he's got his name right on his chest. Oh my god. That is just hilarious. I mean, the original Hero Megatron toy should have had Megatron rules on the chest, so it's a bit more tame than that, so still, this is just hilarious, having just having a name right on your chest. That's one thing that G2 always did, having the name just right on the figure. Now having a 360. I mean, of course, this is Siege Megatron, so I still have the Siege backpack here. Look at the head. Well, we can see that it's well, the actual helmet is colored white, while the face has got this black color to it. I mean, sure, it was G2. they were not really paying attention to they weren't really paying attention to the original color schemes back then. They were just trying to go with what they wanted to. I mean, for Christ's sakes, they should have made the Ramjet purple in G2, and they actually released the recolor of Ramjet in its G2 colors and selects as well. So yeah. Now I'm just getting I'm getting the original mold just transformed for the comparisons. Just bear with me of the sounds. Okay, what else there? One cool thing I like is the fact that the fusion cannon has this this cool green bit to the middle of it. So I just think it looks pretty cool. Okay, there we go. I've got Hero Megatron transformed for the comparison. We'll get into that soon. Okay, for Blastoff Compatibility, well, the fusion cannon. I mean, normally the fusion cannon wouldn't be blasting out these. Normally the fusion cannon would not be blasting out these puny fire blasts that Aimless normally has, but as I said, these are the only blast effect parts that I have right now, so yeah. Sometimes you have to go with what you have. We've got the ports, so we've got one we've got one on his shoulder. And we've got some on his legs. So we've got that going on. We also have all these ports here. If you want to weaponize them up, I'm not going to do that just because it's going to take up video time. Oh, I've got laser feet, like I show with every War for Cybertron trilogy figure. But yeah. Now, articulation. The head can go side to side, or at least up to there. It can sort of look down into himself. It can look up pretty far, so if you want to, he can do some sniping poses. Of course, he's got shoulders, got elbows which can swivel. Of course, he can T-pose. He does have a waist swivel. The legs can go forward, can't really go back that far. He does have a knee that can, well, he has a knee, got a swivel joint here. Of course, he can do the splits. And he also has ankle articulation up to here. Although it's not really that strong, unfortunately. Especially with this one. Well, this one, you can hear it unclick and click back into the place. This one just doesn't, so that's definitely a complaint. Now, finally, here he is with Bludgeon, or the original Hero Megatron. So you can imagine what he would look like with this guy's colors. I mean, he doesn't have the shoulder cannon anymore, but, well, you can fix that by putting the fusion cannon on one of the ports here, so you can still give him a shoulder cannon. Now that's one thing that the Earthrise Megatron / G2 Selects Megatron can't do, so Yeah, this guy gets a point in this case. Now, finally, I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna leave this on his shoulder for the rest of the video. Normally, when I display it, I just leave it on his arm. But for the rest of the video, since it's more accurate to Hero Megatron, I'm just gonna leave it on his shoulder. But finally, here's the blade from earlier. This can, of course, go in his arm. Or if you like punch daggers, you can't hold it like this, but I'm just gonna have him hold it just like an actual sword. And well, there we go. That's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. Complaints? Well, at first I didn't like the color scheme, but that was more of a nitpick, and now that I know the origin of it, I'm actually appreciating it, so that nitpick is just pretty much gone now. Actual complaints? Well, the ankle articulation is definitely crappy in this ankle, because it doesn't click into place, so that's definitely a complaint. Okay, I can't think of any other complaints. Well, do I recommend this guy? Well, if you're a fan of G2, then yeah, I mean, this is definitely a cool homage to what it would have been a definitely cool looking figure back in the day. But alas, it didn't come out, and what we were left with is a purple guy who was called Archforce here in the UK. But oh well. The purple deco is still cool, and I hope we get a select version of that one day, or maybe in Legacy toy line. I don't know. I just hope we get the purple deco one day, even if they call it Archforce. But well, I definitely do recommend this figure, whether you're a War for Cybertron Trilogy collector, a G2 fan, or you just really like the colors. Either way, I really like this guy. Well, this has been my review on Select Combat Megatron, and this is Charlie Young signing off.